right, so we're gonna start with our match reviews for the evening. Our first one coming up here is from Scarameow, who has been in the chat very, very frequently as of late. Homie did not list their hours. I'm not really. I would prefer you guys give me your hours when you do the match reviews, because if you give me your hours, like, it lets me give a good idea of what your skill level is. That way, if you're making pretty obvious mistakes, I can just be like, oh, well, you know, obviously you're still learning, so it's not a big deal. Or if you're making very obvious mistakes and you have, like, you know, 4K hours or something like that, I'd be like, dude, you should have known that by now. So if you don't know that, you need to clean that up. But in terms of this match review, you are playing Billy, who has been recently very, very well buffed. Most people consider him a very strong A tier now, which is great. It's very nice, especially after how frustrating and weak Billy was before. You are on Wretched Shop, which is Wretched Shop is kind of errs on the killer side when you get a low pallet count, but sometimes it can spawn a very, very high pallet count. The problem with Wretched Shop is it's a very, like, iffy map, a very, very what's the word? The problem with Wretched Shop is it has a very variable pallet spawn count. So it can be like 8 pallets, or it can be like 24 pallets. So Wretched Shop doesn't really have a solid place as, like, quote unquote a survivor or killer sided map, because it just kind of depends on the RNG of the pallet spawns. I don't think there's out of all the maps that I've researched Dead by Daylight, I don't think there's other maps that are like even remotely as bad as Wretched Shop when it comes to just, like, the randomness, the RNG. Yeah, what Triple said, thank you. Of, like, how many pallets you can get on this map, which is very weird. Yeah, it's gonna take you out on Z-Perks. Okay, you're gonna check your settings real quick. So obviously, have your settings figured out before you get into the game, because match time is gen time, and if you're gonna, like, sit around and try to fiddle with settings, like, mid-match, obviously that's gonna set you back some time and give the survivors time on the gens. So make sure you have your settings figured out before you get into the game. Yeah. Okay. How long do you do this? Because you're giving the survivors a big head start by doing this. Giving the survivor a big head start. Yeah, always have your settings figured out before you get into a game. Because, like, from the time you start moving to when the match actually started, well, you've spent almost 40 seconds in this menu. You've spent almost 40 seconds in this menu, which is not good. That's a gen is only 90. So that is not good. You're also running 0 add-ons and 0 perks. I don't feel like I have to tell you this, but hey, if you run 0 perks and 0 add-ons, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you have no add-ons to help you or no perks to help you. No info, no gen slowdown, no quality of life changes, just running it raw. Obviously, that is not a recipe for consistent success. I don't feel like I should have to tell you that. Please run perks and add-ons. Looking for add-ons for Billy. Low Pro, Engravings, Thompson House Mix, stuff like that. Good picks. Perks on Billy that are good. 1 info perk, 2 slowdown, then a quality life perk like Enduring or something. Something like that. Okay, you find somebody fairly early. Hey, Boozle, that's another good one. The Boozle's really good.
Don't know why I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, so
he's going into basement.
Oh.
He's going into basement. Yeah, he's gonna hop on Walker, just grab him. Yep. I don't know why this build did that.
Dead hard doesn't work. The locker skill doesn't work on me.
Yeah, so you got an early first down. You got a pallet out of the way too. You should go kick that. You should have kicked that door. So when it comes to
That doesn't work.
when it comes to breakable walls, you should and shouldn't kick. Breakable walls that give you access to cutting off, like, a window or access to a pallet. Those are the ones you should kick. So this one obviously is giving you easier access to circumvent this window. Otherwise, you either have to vault after them or go all the way the heck around this thing, which obviously is not very efficient. So if you kick this, get this out of the way, suddenly all you have to do is just circle around the other way and lunge and you hit them. So that any breakable wall that's like that, you should break. And this is definitely one of them. I don't know why you walk around the back of the car there. There's no alternate exit to this main building. I would have kicked that, because at least it appears that there's nobody around. And if it appears there's nobody around, it's a good idea to kick. You do know where somebody is. Somebody just vaulted the window to your left going into main building to go get that save. So you know where they are. You know where at least two people are. One on hook and then the one going for the save. So you should go and interrupt that person.
So fast.
Mm-hmm. You're not even like looking for the survivors, I'm noticing. You're just kind of just like doing your thing. You're kind of just vibing. Yeah, you should have expected that she was going to do that. The moment she approached that. Yeah, you should have went back when you saw that, on that noise bubble, that noise notification, that... I'm assuming it's Dwight. Dwight was going for the save there. You don't know he's new. Yeah, the homie hasn't listed their hours. They're just new to Billy. That's all. Claudette just coming out of the locker. You're also refusing to M1, I'm noticing. Like, I know you're trying to get used to Billy's new power, but also you're leaving a lot of pressure on the table by not just going for 3 M1s that are of people that are like right in front of you. You're giving up a lot of pressure for no reason. You should be M1ing people. Just because you can instant down them doesn't mean you should only instant down them.
What?
That should have been a down. Oh, she trapped herself. Oh, she trapped herself! You had her! She was trapped! She was trapped. You could have body blocked her and chainsawed her. She did it again? When a survivor does something like that, where they enter a... Like something like that, like a little cubby like that, and they get stuck, just body block them. Just stand in front of them and they can't move and get the free chainsaw. Yeah, when she does that, just walk up to her and just stand there. Just like, square up. They can't run past you. So just square up.
Why did it go off? I was fluttering it, not using it. Back.
You should back rev. You should get really close to her and just like chainsaw right on her back if you're having a hard time aiming.
Oh, god damn it, why?
You're also wasting a lot of time on just like hitting trees with Billy's power.
Ha ha ha, finally.
Like, you should be like, if there's an obstacle in your way and you think you're gonna hit it, you probably shouldn't even send the chainsaw. Because that's a lot of time you spend on cooldown. But see, like, you're not M1ing people, like when they're right in front of you. Like that, there's so many free injuries you're just leaving on the table. No, back revving with Billy means literally like tailgate them until you're like right, you know, on their back, like back revving them, and just send the chainsaw that way. LT walls are infamously kind of like hard for Billy to curve on. So even if you were on like mouse and keyboard and had like high sensitivity or something, LT walls are really hard for Billy. So this is not you. There you go. You should have been doing that for the first 3 gens. You should never ever run an L-wall T-wall this way. Always run an L-wall T-wall counterclockwise, because what happens when you decide to run an L-wall T-wall this way, the clockwise way, they're always going to have the fault available to them. The whole point of like counteracting an L-wall T-wall is to loop it counterclockwise to cut off their ability to fast vault. But by running it clockwise, you're just giving her access to fast vault both windows whenever she wants. Luckily, she just decides to get in the locker for some reason, but 10 matches, oof. Great karma, pitch to hydrate. How you been, friend? They're also not kicking guns at all. This poor unaware Dwight. This is for the dead. Hopefully things have been well. Hope you've been like a good kind of busy and not like bad kind of busy. Yo, Jack, thank you so much for the 4 months, friend. I appreciate that. Thank you.
How's it going, Bran?
Going alright.
Hope your evening is going swell.
We're doing match reviews. Doing a Billy match review.
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
Hopefully you're well, Jack. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. There's no reason not to guard that hook as well. You kind of just leave it for no reason. There's no anti-cap in the end game, so there's no reason to leave Dwight. You should have just forced trades and confirmed to kill. Injured? What did you do? How did you hurt yourself? You should, with Billy, you should, if you feel like a chainsaw is going to hit something, you should just like, or hit a wall or something. Just let it go before you hit it. Don't BM. There's no point to BM. Severe runner's knees? Ooh. I'm sorry, friend. Glad you're mostly better, though. Okay, you like very briefly show the in-game screen. Like half a second. Have to like freeze frame it here. Okay, so they were playing with somebody who's like fairly new, it looks like. In terms of your match review, in terms of your main takeaways for your match review. So first, in terms of your first main takeaway, you keep letting people get saves uncontested. Which is kind of like a not something you should do. You clearly saw the noise bubble of somebody going into main building to go get the save on build, but despite the fact that you're also close and still close to main building, you still let them get the save. There's no reason to do that. Go contest the save, that way you chase the new person and it takes the third person off a gen to go get the first person that was hooked while you're still chasing the second person. It's a lot of macro pressure. So don't let people hook for free if they're unhook for free if they're that close to you. Your second takeaway is, I know you're trying to get used to new Billy, but there's so many M1s that you leave on the table for like no reason. There's so many times you could have just, swung with your basic attack and hit them, and you just choose not to. So as a result, you leave a lot of free injuries on the table when you could have just, actually gotten way more downs if you just used your basic attack. So you should be doing that way more often. In terms of your third takeaway, in terms of like your Billy chainsaws, if you feel like you're going to hit something, like you are chainsawing ahead and you're fastly approaching an object, it's always better to just like let the chainsaw swing than smack the wall and go into your full recovery animation. That's better than it's ever been. They did buff that and make that nicer, but you should still ideally like not be bumping as much as you have been. You should be like letting go of the swing before you hit something. The only thing you should not be letting go for is survivors. Obviously, if it's a survivor, let that shit rock. But if you're about to collide with the wall and you know it, like, it's better to just like let the swing carry out before you hit the wall. Yeah, it's not really like a takeaway, but like nodding and BMing to the Meg when like she went back into the match to go get somebody when she could have left on her own. Like, I always say that like bad manners and bad attitudes like do actually affect your gameplay. You were in a safe enough zone to where the match was already over, so that's why you felt the safety to BM and be rude. But like doing that in the middle of a match would like cost you time, and generally it's just a bad attitude and it spreads negativity in the community. So don't send me match reviews for UBM. If there's another match review that I watch reviews in UBM, I'm not going to watch these anymore, because the UBM community already has enough negativity in it. We don't need people like we don't need to be out here like platforming BMing, especially when, you know, she made a selfless play to go get someone when she didn't have to do that. That's just kind of rude, so don't do that.